Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. I'm your host, Kira Dent, and I have this crazy idea that maybe I could combine a doctor and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, regional manager, practice owner, and I have a team of traveling consultants where we have traveled to over 165 different offices coaching teams. Yep, we don't just understand you, we are you. Our mission is to positively impact the world of dental, and I believe that this podcast is the greatest way I can help elevate teams, grow VIP experiences, reduce stress, and create A-teams. Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. Hello, Dental Team listeners. This is Kira, and you guys, I just wanted to take a minute and thank you guys for being the loyal podcast family. It has been so fun to grow this podcast with you, to share with you, to hear from you. I can't thank you guys enough for being my pen pals. Truly, I never thought, I don't know why, but I just didn't think like people would actually email. And you do. You email in, and I can't even thank you enough for emailing in, asking the questions of your teams, letting us share in your practice and your experiences, and allowing us to be a part of your life. I mean, the podcast is fun. It's fun to talk to all of you, but it's more fun when I get to hear from all of you. And we get to actually know who's on the other side, listening, consuming information. So thank you guys. So email us anytime. hello@thedentaleteam.com. Questions you have. If you want to get help with coaching, we coach offices. We coach office managers. We do personal coaching. So you name it. Anything we can do to help you guys grow your practice. If you need in-office, you want our online products, we got a lot of cool stuff over there. So always check out thedentaleteam.com and email us hello@thedentaleteam.com. All right, you guys. So today's topic is going to be one of something that I think you guys could do right now to improve and grow your practices. And that is, wait for it, chart audits. Oh, and before we get too far into this, please guys, go leave us a review, 5 stars. Tell people how much you love us, how this podcast is changing you, because the more we share, the more we're able to positively impact the world of dental. And thank you all who have already done it. That means a lot to us, and I do read every one of those reviews. So thank you guys so much. That's a way that we can positively impact the world together. All right, let's talk chart audits. So with chart audits, what we found is that chart audits don't usually get done. I didn't do them, you guys. We didn't do them on our doctors. Our doctors didn't chart audit. Every so often, like we would check our morning huddle chart audit, but as far as spot checking and confirming what was done actually went through did not happen. So thinking about this, why don't chart audits happen? People are usually working really quickly. We're trying to get patients out. We're tired at the end of the day. We don't want to clock up or rack up a lot of time on the clock. These are all reasons why chart audits usually get overlooked. We're exhausted. It's one more thing to add to the table. So as anything, it can be exhausting. You guys, working out for 30 minutes was not on my radar. A 5-minute workout felt sufficient. Well, now I do a 30-minute workout, and it's crazy. I still have time to get everything else done. And the reality was those extra 25 minutes usually were spent on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere else. And I've actually set up a little timer on my phone where it shuts off my social media apps after 10 minutes every single day. That's it. 10 minutes. I've got to use my 10 minutes wisely every single day. But interestingly, now I've got time to work out. Before we get too far into this, I want to ask you guys to stop right now and head on over to wherever platform you're listening to and leave the Dental Team Podcast a review. You guys, these reviews mean so much to us, and they help us get more listeners just like you to join us. So please stop right now, go leave us a 5-star review, share what you love, how this podcast has changed your life, and let's keep rolling. So with that said, same thing with chart audits. It's going to be something where we just need to build it in, and we need to check it, and we need to know what we're checking for. So I'd suggest you make a checklist for your chart audits. So if we're checking doctors, okay, so if we're checking doctor work, I am not a dentist. These are ideas for you. Make it your own. But docs, this is how you can check your associates. I would set a day every single week where you're going to randomly spot check all your chart and do some chart audits. So what you do is you'll go back through, and maybe you guys could even have a way to do it. Maybe at the end of the day, your front office team, you can color change or you can make a list, whatever you want to do. I know on Open Dental, you guys can create the little status icon. You know how when like patients are here, it changes to purple or whatever color you have. Well, you could do the same thing with the charts you're going to audit. Granted, if people know, then they might go make them really good. So maybe you just have a random list. Or maybe you get the schedule and you highlight 4 or 5 different charts that you're going to go back and audit, and you just keep those schedules. And then on Friday, you go look at the ones that you highlighted and you just randomly do it that way as well. There's lots of different ways you could do this. We just need to create a routine and a rhythm so you actually do it. So when we're checking doctors, this is what I've heard from a lot of offices. Again, I'm not a dentist. I'm just giving you ideas of things I've heard, and you customize it, make it your own. So when you chart audit a doctor, you would definitely check their x-rays. You would check their clinical notes. You would check for post-ops, okay? You'd also check to make sure everything was billed out correctly on the ledger. So if it was me giving you guys this in your office, I would create, this is going to sound crazy, I'd create a little form. It might even be an Excel spreadsheet. I don't care, whatever's going to be great. Like an insurance verification form. We have those printed out so we actually get them done. If you're great on Excel, you do Excel, but you just check the boxes. I personally, knowing myself, I would have a piece of paper. It'd be a half sheet of paper, and I would put all the different chart names on it, and I'd go through with a pen, and I'd write it in for every single chart audit, and I would do it different colors or different highlights for my different providers, and that's how I would chart audit. And I check for this. Did they have their x-rays? Are their x-rays clear x-rays? If we're checking for dental assistants, did they walk out their patient correctly? Did the ledger get billed? At the end of every day, you can do a quick audit. Make sure, and you can separate this. Hygienists check to make sure everything that they did for the day was billed out. And docs, you check to make sure everything you did for the day was billed out as well. It's crazy how many little things get missed. Assistants could also go back through and chart audit all the patients that they saw at the end of the day and confirm and fill out a little form. So maybe on their end of day checklist that they actually check their chart and they agree. So that and I wouldn't just have them do a yes or a no. I actually would have a schedule where they initial off all the patients they saw and they turned that in. The reason why is that's going to create accountability far more so than a yes or a no. Now, could they lie? For sure. Guys, don't do it. And the reality is we trust and we verify. It's going to be both. It's not we trust but verify, because that means you don't really trust, you're verifying. We trust and verify. So with chart audits, that's what we're looking for. And these are the things that I'd be checking for. 1, on a ledger, did everything that we did for the day actually get billed out? I can't tell you how many things get missed. It happens all the time. All the time. I can't tell you how many times this was so embarrassing. We had fee schedules in that weren't right. I can't tell you how many times we billed out a $0 crown. Well, insurance didn't deny that, guys, and they also paid $0. So if you want to know, they will pay on a $0 claim. Those things were crazy. That was just sloppiness on my part for not checking at the end of the day to make sure everything had a dollar amount, everything was billed out that we actually did. But me in the front desk, I didn't know what we did. So this is where we need to delegate and divide out. So all providers check to make sure everything they did actually got billed out. Hygienists, everything you did, all the x-rays, all of your fluorides, all of those actually made it to the ledger. It's crazy because sometimes things actually get billed out, but they don't get billed out. Like we set it complete on the schedule, and then we don't actually have it in the ledger. So those types of things, we just want to double check and make sure that they're actually hitting the ledger. So that's a quick spot audit for chart audits. Another area where you guys can, I feel like chart audits are a gold mine. And maybe Alex, when you're writing show notes, like chart audits, the gold mine for your practice. There you go. There's your title for you, sister. But the reality is chart audits are a gold mine, because if you find this production that you did that didn't get billed out or didn't get billed out correctly, if you can find that, guess what? That's a gold mine of material and income for your practice. Another area that's a gold mine when you're chart auditing is it can be a training opportunity. You could have your doctors that are associates take x-rays of crown seats, of fillings. You could have hygienists take x-rays of SRPs when they're done. And then you could review that with them every week, every month, whenever you're going to have your calibration meeting. Those types of things are going to be really good to ensure that the quality of work in your practice isn't slipping, and you have a standard. So maybe the standard is 5 patients a week they take x-rays on, and you have a crown seat, a crown prep, a root canal, and a quad of fillings, and I don't know, a limited exam. Okay. So you review those once a month, and that's just a requirement. You guys spot check 3 of them, but the doctors know that this is what we're going to review. So you've got quality control. Lead hygienists, you could do the same thing for SRPs, having them take x-rays of their finalized SRPs to ensure all the calculus is removed. That's a great area of and it's a gold mine, because if you can help calibrate these, you can double check your work. You're not redoing work. You can catch things. You can look at how exams were being done, and you can ensure all of the doctors, all the providers are on the exact same page. Another area that's a gold mine for chart audits is, ready for it, on ReCare patients. You could spot check and you could review your week. You could have somebody in the front office go through and make sure every single patient has a ReCare appointment scheduled. This is a huge opportunity. Also, you could double check that all the ReCare patients have their unscheduled treatment actually scheduled. I can't tell you how many times I would have patients come in for their 6-month cleaning and they would tell us, hey, yeah, somebody said they would give us a call about our treatment and then they never called back. So I figured it wasn't important. And I look and they're just mortified at the fact that we have a patient ready to do treatment 6 months ago that we just didn't decide to call. Okay? I can't tell you, going through that unscheduled treatment for your patients that were just seen is a great opportunity to look for a gold mine. Also, if your front desk has to call these patients that they just talked to, that's a little uncomfortable, and they're going to get more proactive to look for the list to actually ask these patients for unscheduled treatment. So your front office could confirm that every patient had all their unscheduled treatment scheduled that we could, and if not, if it wasn't scheduled, they'd explain why. That could be their end of week checklist. So we could have for our front office, their end of week checklist is that all the patients' unscheduled treatment was scheduled out. Whether it's ReCare or whether it's doctor side, all of those patients are scheduled. We could also check that all of them have their ReCare appointments and that their families have ReCare appointments. Another area that we could check is we could also look for all of our patients have the ledgers filled out correctly. And that could be done by the dental assistants, that could be done by our hygienists and our doctors. And the last thing is we could make sure that all of us are doing those calibration meetings, checking the x-rays and have an associate calibration and a hygiene calibration to ensure that all of our work is actually quality work. Guys, that's just like the tip of the iceberg on chart audits. Now, we don't do chart audits because a lot of times we don't have what? What was that? Oh yeah, time, right? So how do we actually work this in and have it work for you? And I would suggest at the end of the day, everybody checks the ledger. No ifs, ands, or buts. We have them sign off on either a schedule, sign off on a production reconciliation report, their production report. We have that actually signed off on. Okay? So everybody, dental assistants, doctors, whomever. That way we can make sure everything actually got billed out correctly. I also might consider having the front desk confirm that all unscheduled treatment plans and all ReCare was done. Then we do an end of week check as well. That end of week check, we're going to go back through and just confirm, double check that everything on the ledger got billed out correctly. All of the unscheduled treatment wasn't missed and that our ReCare was done. Yeah, that's going to be a little crummy. So maybe we just spot check and we have somebody assigned and maybe we rotate through on that. So that way we have a checks and balance and it's not just the same people doing it. Then I'd suggest at least once a month, you have an associate calibration where they use their x-rays, their exams, and you guys actually calibrate once a month. You review the chart audit notes. What was there? Was there something missing? It's crazy. We're busy. We're trying to get them out there. We wrote notes in our pocket and we lost that Post-it note and we forgot to go back and check it. Those little things happen often. Those things happen a lot. And so if we can do that and not miss those things, just think of the gold mine of just the few things I've shared with you today that would change your practice. So I would invite all of you to find a rhythm, get some sheets out for your spot checking, get a practice that's actually going to work, and get the rhythm in your practice for chart audits. Chart audits are a total pain. Don't worry, I did not do them, and I wish I would have, because I've seen offices that do chart audits, and what happens when you do a chart audit are a few things. Number one, less mistakes happen because we're double checking ourselves. So we're less likely to make those mistakes because we know we have to go check it. Number two, more things get billed out in a timely manner, which means the practice is more profitable because we're actually billing out for the work that we performed. Other things that happen is there's accountability. The associate doctors are better trained. The team is better trained. The overall morale of the practice is better because everybody's accountable, because we're all holding each other accountable through these chart audits. So if you want that in your practice, you want to grow your practice, you want to evolve your practice, you want to take your practice to the next level, chart audits, you guys. So if you're doing chart audits, please email us. Let us know how you're doing your chart audits. hello@thedentaleteam.com. I would love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear how you chart audit. I'd love to hear the success stories from all of you. I know that there was an office and they said that they chart audited 500 patients during COVID when they had some downtime. 500 patients. And of those 500 patients, I think they said just in the first couple of days that they were auditing these charts, I think they had 6 patients come in for unscheduled treatment plans that had just never been discussed. That's a lot of treatment during COVID, and it was simply because they just hadn't checked it. That's it. Nothing else. They just hadn't called the patient. To me, that's worth it. That's worth the checking. That's worth the spot audits. That's worth creating a checklist. That's worth going through this. So if you guys aren't doing it, get it done, add it, and you can have this as a layer, and then you'll get better and better and better. If you're already doing it, rock on. Ramp it up just a smidge. See what you can add. See what you can take away to make sure these are super effective. And email us if you guys have any other ideas of how to make chart audits better. You guys, this is a community where we share. Speaking of community, be sure if you haven't already, we have our Facebook community, the Dental A Team community, and I would love to see you guys in there. You can ask questions. We share forums. We have live workshops in there. So hop on over, join our free Facebook community, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time on the Dental A Team Podcast. And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental A Team Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.